I'm going to do a reading for Aquarius, the period between 30 January and 8th of February, the one that's, let's say, it has as sub-ruler Mercury, and of course Uranus remain the ruler of Aquarius. So these two planets, their energy can has influence. And I'm using this mandala to make a chakra energy rainbow spread. That means that we will start with root chakra, what has influence on your family, on your home, what makes you feel grounded, stable, gives you security, support. This is very much the element associated is earth. And then we have here Four of Wands, who is an element of fire, of course, the wands. And we also have a key, and we have the card of renewal. How do I see these cards together? First of all, it's interesting enough, we have here the symbol of first chakra is a 4-petal lotus flower, and we have here a 4. Talk about home, and this is also like you can make your own home only even if you have these 4 wands, put them in the 4 direction, and use your higher intuition, because it's connected as a color to the third eye chakra. So then use your intuition, and then you can, that's the key to build a home anywhere you are. In the end, the home is in you. The Four of Wands, the meaning of the card as such is the fact, a sweet home. So the feeling that you have, you find your home. And the story with this renewal is flower geranium that was first in a pot, and then the wind came and blew her away, and then she thought it's the end, but then she ended up in a park where she had even more soil where she can ground it, and she can grow even more beautiful. I don't know if it's you can see it on the card. It's even the chakras are here, like going from the root chakra, going up, and I see it going up to the what I mentioned, the third eye. So when wherever you are, wherever the wind takes you, if you can make your own home by align your chakra, be with yourself, find mostly love, express your love, and then you are home. And this is that was the root chakra. We go further to the second chakra, the sacral chakra. I was going to talk about emotion and the creative life. Of course, it's the element is water, because we talk about emotions, and the qualities are fluidity, receptivity, creativity, and pleasure. So what you need to have a creative life. And the cards are completion, the snake, and the Knight of Pentacles. First of all, this Knight of Pentacles is the energy of earth. So we have water and earth, and these two, what they have in common is they are both cold. Maybe the first indication will be to pay attention not to be too cold towards other people, I suppose. But on the other hand, if you combine water with earth, you get salt, and at least in the Romanian tradition, the salt in food is very important, so to give it taste. So this Knight of Pentacles is young, it's ready to start his adventure. He is full of hope, everything seems prosperous. And the color that he wears is the color of the next chakra. So somehow these two chakras are connected. When one is working, the other one also, or when one is aligned, the other one too. So there is this energy of the snake, like that sometimes caution is needed just to be sure you appreciate everything you have, and be present and more experience what you go through, because this completion is like you also have to, of course, a lot of things are realized, and then you know, there is always, when is an end, there is a new beginning. We see the sun is shining again, so there is always a new adventure, and this knight is already starting his adventure. But it's also part of the fluidity of life, that with every completion there is a new beginning. But it's important not to, that they don't steal these endings your life pleasure, and that you block your creativity. You don't feel like at some point maybe to, what's the use to start all over again. There is always an ending. And I even see the flowers from the first chakra card. I see them wherever they are, even here they flower and they are strong. So the next chakra, so I said it's connected because this card was had the energy of the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, which is going to tell us who you are and what is your path ahead. And when I draw the cards, then I got the card of joy for the chakra, and then I got the Four of Swords. But then when I wanted to take these Lenormand cards, they're all constantly 3 coming, and I thought 3 is too much. I mean, I wanted to have 1, and then of course the same cards came, and then because I was stubborn, the cards were also stubborn, and at one point all of them fall on the table. So I said, okay, I got it, I have to take these 3. So the reader, the stars, and a scythe, I think that this thing that you use to cut grass. So this first of all, this chakra, it's an energy of fire. It's about our vitality, our determination, the conscious action, divine will. So this is very much what you need, and the fire for action on your path. Then you have a lot of joy. You are joy. You bring joy to people. Then looking at the Four of Swords, it's energy of air. So a lot of air, a lot of mental energy, and this is more about taking a rest. Because if we look here, like in a story, you go for it, you see the star, you start the process, you're full of action, full of fire, and then sometimes something has to, it's like cutting the energy off, and because there is some need for rest. Chakra associated with, because of the color, is the chakra that we just had, the chakra of the second chakra of pleasure. I see it as you know, the moment that you feel that your creativity is less and then your pleasure of life is less, then you maybe need some rest. That's the break when it's coming from. So all the time trying to be attuned with your interior, and you know, feel the joy. But when from time to time, when you see it's too much, then rest from this following the star, you know, and being the right. And when I was wondering, okay, rest, that's always a good idea. But then I was inspired by this Daisy dancer to look for a card where I have this flowering, blossom flowering, that very beautiful cards. And it was the card associated with the daisy flower, was the card of innocence. And what I saw, or how I understood it, how to stop and maybe look at life through the eyes of a child. It's more like just enjoying the small things, the daily things. You don't need big things, following the shining star, to be happy or to find joy, and just experience that small daily joys of life, because the path is very clear, you know, the star. So it's an amazing path. So the next chakra, it's the heart chakra. Of course, then we have the matter of heart, and this is very much an air element. And we have here the Queen of Swords, the Tower, and the Perception. Now the Queen of Swords, again, air with air, a lot of intellect, and this Queen of Swords is amazing, beautiful, feminine energy, very decided, very sure of herself, and really knows what she has to do. And these blue eyes, you know, are connected maybe with the next chakra. It's intimidating, I think, even in the way that she communicates, and that maybe makes her feel like she's in a tower, or people who feel intimidated feel that like she's surrounded by a tower and they cannot really reach her. Like I said, we have air and air, so I think it's here is very important to also allow yourself to feel more. And then this card of perception, and especially the legend, is that when this girl opens a very old door, she finds herself in a garden, and then she realized that the garden, she thought it's old and there's nothing interesting about her. The moment she sees this green emerald, the stone, then she finds it, and then of course everything seems different. How I see it is that once you start also allowing your heart to feel, it's like you show this hidden garden. The people who are not intimidated by you can see it, but even yourself, you trust your heart, maybe you can see things that the eyes can't see. So just allow yourself to feel more. Then we have the next chakra, the throat chakra, and this is about, of course, about communication and a higher level of expression. We have here impatience, we have a dog, and we have an 8 of swords. So again, air, and a lot of intellectual energies here, and especially with the communication card, it's also about discernment and expansion. So this card expansion, I just want to reach the moon. Then something, it's like blocking with this 8 of swords, something that is not working, something that keeps these 2 swords to function properly. And I see it because it's about communication, and even here we have a blue, so we come back to the throat chakra, that sometimes it's hard when you cannot say what you want to say because you think it's going to generate a conflict. For this situation, I see this dog coming as the truthful friend, especially friends with whom you can really talk open and say whatever you have to say, and they can also help you when you feel like you are blocked by this or trapped by this 8 of swords. They can also give you the feeling that, okay, I'm impatient, I need to do things, I need to say it, I need to say my truth. Feel, okay, I said what I had to say, my needs are known at least, and then let it go, and maybe sometimes think twice before, not being impatient before you say something, and but it definitely speak up your truth. Surround yourself by people who will not turn your words against you, and that you don't end up in a conflict. So loyal friends. The next card, it's the next chakra, sorry, it's the third eye chakra, and if you remember, it was connected we said it's connected with the root chakra. So how I see it is that this is of course your intuitive nature, and your inner wisdom and your clarity and your vision. And the cards that were here were the Letter, the 10 of Cups, and Balance. The way I see it, and I have to be honest here again, this card, I don't know why I was not sure, and then I tried again, I choose again, and it came out again. So it's definitely a sign that whenever you have an issue like here, a situation that needs to be balanced, and people, they trust you, you are very much oriented to solve a problem, and whenever this is happening, you just have to tune in your intuition, like this from here, tune inside, and then your wisdom, inner wisdom will send you a letter, will tell you what you need to do. So just trust, and once you have this, it's like when you use your inner wisdom, it's, yeah, you will have just abundance and like infinite rainbows. So this is also a water element here with air, emotions, we can say. Even if there are a lot of emotion going on, these people here look quite upset, you will be able to find the balance. This is a sign that, like I said, as long as you follow your inner wisdom, your clarity, your intuitive nature, you will really find at home, as we said in the root chakra, but also be able to balance any situation. And this card is also associated with Mars, like when it's a kind of war, it's find equilibrium, finding the balance is very important. And you can do that using your inner wisdom. And then we have the last chakra, the crown chakra. So this is like the higher self, the connection to the source. And we have here the Nine of Cups, the Moon, and now here two cards came, a tree and a creation. This is a very beautiful story, the story of creation. It's also connected with creativity and talents, and all the cards are talking about, you know, rooted like a tree and connecting with your intuition, the Moon, and Nine of Cups that also talks about abundance. This chakra is the qualities of freedom, unity, and joy. When the chakras are aligned, most of it, then you are really you are your own muse, because the story of this is that the shaman, walks in the forest, and this birch tree asks, "Can you give me my muse, my talents?" And he starts singing and dancing, and then of course he realized that he had it all away. So you have everything you need in you. It's the tree, like this birch tree. So it's rooted, even if it's alone, it's strong and powerful and connected with the source. It's also a sign of the moon here, and this Egyptian god, it's the god of time and moon, I think, but also of healing. So wherever it's maybe related with the moon, from time to time, some healing emotionally and energetically, maybe it's or even a shadow work. It's very important. And then of course we have abundance, the rainbow. It's again, we had a rainbow spread. We end up with the rainbow is here, when the way I see it, when all the chakras are aligned, and not that I saw any chakra that needs special attention. Of course, that's almost like a daily routine, but from time to time, maybe the way it was here, the throat chakra, that needs a kind of a system. For the rest, it's just the connection with the source and alignment. So wish you well.